Wave Beats Music.
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀದೇವಿ ಅನ್ನಪೂರ್ಣ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು CFTR ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ವೈ ಶ್ರೀಕಾಂತ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರು. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹನುಮಂತಯ್ಯ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಮುಖ್ಯೋಪಾಧ್ಯಾಯರು. ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮುಂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಆಸನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಈ ಮೂಲಕ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇವರನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಸಂಚಾಲಕರಾದಂತಹ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು, ಉಪ ಸಂಚಾಲಕರಾದಂತಹ ಆಯಿಷಾ ಸುಲ್ತಾನ ಮೇಡಮ್ ರವರು ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಒಳಗೂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದಂತಹ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ವೈ ಶ್ರೀಕಾಂತ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಮುಖ್ಯೋಪಾಧ್ಯಾಯರಾದಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹನುಮಂತಯ್ಯ ಸರ್ ಅವರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀದೇವಿ ಅನ್ನಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ರವರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ವಾರ್ಷಿಕೋತ್ಸವದ ಸಂಚಾಲಕರಾದಂತಹ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು, ಹಾಗೆ ಸಹ ಸಂಚಾಲಕರಾದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಆಯಿಷಾ ಸುಲ್ತಾನ ಮೇಡಮ್ ರವರು ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಆಸನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರನ್ನು ಬರಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಹೆಡ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಮತ್ತು ಹೆಡ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು NCC ಕ್ಯಾಡೆಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಮುಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಈಗ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಈ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಸಂಗೀತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಸಿಯಾನಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ರವರು ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಯಂ ಶೈವಾಃ ಸಮುಪಾಸತೆ ಶಿವೈತಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮೇತಿ ವೇದಾಂತಿನಃ ಯಂ ಶೈವಾಃ ಸಮುಪಾಸತೆ ಶಿವೈತಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮೇತಿ ವೇದಾಂತಿನಃ ಬೌದ್ಧಾಃ ಬುದ್ಧೈತಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣಪಠವಾಃ ಕರ್ತೇತಿ ನೈಯಾಯಿಕಾಃ ಅರ್ಹನ್ನಿತ್ಯಥಾ ಜೈನಶಾಸನರತಾಃ ಕರ್ಮೇತಿ ಮೀಮಾಂಸಕಾಃ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತಾಃ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ತೈತಿ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಪರರತಾಃ ಅಲ್ಲೇತಿ ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದಾಃ ಸೋಯಂ ವೋ ವಿದಧಾತು ವಾಂಛಿತಫಲಂ ತ್ರೈಲೋಕ್ಯನಾಥೋ ಹರಿಃ
ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯನ್ನು ನೆರವೇರಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಸಿಯಾನಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ರವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಈಗ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಗಣ್ಯರನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಶಾಲಾ ವಾರ್ಷಿಕೋತ್ಸವದ ಸಂಚಾಲಕರಾದಂತಹ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು. ನೌ ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಟು ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಡಿಗ್ನಿಟರೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗ್ಯಾದರಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್.
ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Dear children, parents, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and retired teachers, lecturers, professors, staff members of DMS and institute, and alumni, a warm welcome to one and all. It's my pleasure to welcome our today's annual day 2022 chief guest Srimati Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh, Director, CFTRI. I am proud to say that Madam is our DMS alumni, and we salute Madam as CFTRI was a frontline warrior during the pandemic. And now we welcome our beloved principal, Sri Professor Y. Srikanth, who is the backbone of our DMS. I welcome. And RI Mysore's main contribution of NEP and implementation to the nation. And I welcome our respected headmaster, Sri Dr. Anumantaya, a young and energetic and approachable personality. And I welcome our co-convener, Srimati Aisha Sultana, who is nurturing the young ones in the primary section. Thank you once again.
ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಗಣ್ಯರನ್ನು ಹಾಗೂ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿದಂತಹ ವಾರ್ಷಿಕೋತ್ಸವದ ಸಂಚಾಲಕರಾದಂತಹ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬಕ್ಕೆ ಕುಡಿಯಪ್ಪ. ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ವಿಶೇಷತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 15-20 ದಿನಗಳಿಂದ ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಲು ನಿಂತಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಅವ್ರು ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಾತು ಅವ್ರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾದ ಮೇಡಮ್ ರವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿನಿ ಅಂತ. ಅವರ ಆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಾಧನೆ ಏನು, ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ತಲುಪಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದರು ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಗೌರಿ ಅವರು ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Thank you, sir. Very good evening to one and all present over here. Esteemed guests on the dais, dear parents, students, ex-students, ex-teachers and staff members of the school, and my dear friends, it is my privilege and I am profusely overjoyed to take this privilege of introducing our chief guest and speaker of today's occasion. I really feel elated to introduce her for the very thought that she is a woman of virtue and simplicity. She is a living inspiration to all of us here, especially to the young ones. Our chief guest for today's most awaited special occasion, that is the school annual day, which we are observing almost after a gap of 2 years because of the pandemic, is Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh, Director, CSIR, CFTRI, that is Central Food Technological Research Institute, Mysuru. Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh is an accomplished food technologist and the first woman director of Mysore-based Premier Research and Development Institution, CSIR, CFTRI. And she took over the organization in January 2021. And here comes the part about which we are really excited, that is, Madam is an alumnus of Demonstration School, RI Mysore, and has passed her 12th class from the school in the year 1983. Ma'am has done her master's in food technology in 1988 and completed her doctorate in food science from University of Mysore. She achieved her doctoral degree in food science under the supervision of Dr. A.G. Appurao, under whom she worked on isolation, characterization, and food applications of microbial enzymes, and did a part of her research from the Institute of Microbiology, University of Hanover, Germany, on DAAD fellowship during 1996 to 98. Dr. Sridevi worked with Kisan Products, Bangalore, as quality control executive for a short stint before returning to her alma mater in 1991. She joined in CSIR in 1991 as a junior scientist and grew up to the position of chief scientist and head of the Department of Protein Chemistry and Technology before moving to the present position of director. Dr. Sridevi is an honorary fellow of Karnataka Science and Technology Academy. Madam has contributed towards the development of supplementary foods for the undernourished children, understanding the structure, function, stability relationship of enzymes and proteins, understanding the mode of action of the nutraceuticals and impact studies of protein-rich food on children. She has published more than 50 manuscripts, 3 book chapters, 11 patents, and 8 process know-hows. Over 40 entrepreneurs have taken the license for the process know-hows so far. And around 5 know-hows have been commercialized. She is a member of Food Authority and other committees of FSSAI, that is the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, Governing Council of NABI, that is the National Agri-Food Biotechnology Institute, and CIAB, that is Center of Innovative and Applied Bioprocessing, Mohali. She is the chairman of FAD 14 section Committee of BIS, that is the Bureau of Indian Standards, on packaged drinking water and carbonated beverages. Ma'am is a member of task force of the Nutra sector and member of Vision Group Karnataka Innovation and Technology Society, Government of Karnataka. Ma'am has been on the editorial board of many journals like Journal of Food Science and Technology, Indian Journal of Nutrition and Dietetics, ACS of Food Science and Technology. Ma'am is a life member of Association of Food Scientists and Technology in India, Nutrition Society of India, Institute of Food Technologies, USA. Dr. Singh has been deputed to several countries for training and represented CSIR CFTRI abroad. She was awarded INF craft fellowship for an internship in USA. She was an exchange scientist in Finland. Ma'am is recipient of honorary fellowship, Karnataka Science and Technology, Government of Karnataka. She has been an invitee to France for Knowledge Summit 2 in 2018. Well, her list of achievements are inexhaustible, I feel. But the most important is the human being she is, which adds to her personality. At this junction, I'd like to mention that apart from her achievements in the professionals and academics, ma'am pursues and takes out time for some of the hobbies like bird watching, reading books, and classical dance. And she has a lot of interest in activities like traveling, volunteering zoo activities, visiting historical places, reading stories of women scientists, and she takes deep interest in Indian art and craft. Sridevi ma'am lives a very simple life ever since, is known to be undemanding despite her position and stature in life, and it was clearly reflected when she readily accepted our invitation and found a way to be with us today despite her hectic schedule. I thank you, ma'am, from the core of my heart for that. A lot more can be said about our chief guest and our speaker for today, but what remains the fact that ma'am is a woman of the hour, and she is a woman incomparable to her genuine intentions, fulfilling her chosen vocation as devoted and a dedicated citizen of this country. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಇಷ್ಟೋ ತನಕ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಆಲೋಚನೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವೊಂದು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಭ್ರೂಣ ಹತ್ಯೆಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಭ್ರೂಣ ಹತ್ಯೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಭ್ರೂಣಗಳು ಹತ್ಯೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾಗರಿಕತೆಯ ತುತ್ತತುದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ನಾವುಗಳು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಆ ಭ್ರೂಣದಲ್ಲೇ ಹತ್ಯೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರೂರ ಯೋಚನೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾನೂನುಗಳನ್ನು ತಂದು ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯ ಆಲೋಚನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ನೋಡಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣಾಗಿ ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೂ ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ? ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ಆಲೋಚನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ದೇನೆ ಆ ಮಗುವನ್ನು ಭ್ರೂಣ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲೇ ಹತ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ? ನಾಗರಿಕರಾದಂತಹ ನಾವುಗಳು ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಯೋಚನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅಂತಹ ಸಾಧಕರು ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು, ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳನ್ನು ಓದಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳಿಸಿ, ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿ, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಇದು ತಲುಪಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನಗಳಿಗೂ ಇದು ತಲುಪಲಿ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಆಶಯವನ್ನು ಹೊತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಗಣ್ಯರನ್ನು ದೀಪ ಬೆಳಗಿಸುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी. सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी. सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी. सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी. विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा. विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा.
ದೀಪ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬೆಳಕನ್ನು ನೀಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಆ ದೀವಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸ್ತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಆಲೋಚನೆಯನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ದೀಪ ಬೆಳಗಿಸುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಉದ್ಘಾಟಿಸಿದಂತಹ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಈಗ ಶಾಲಾ ವರದಿಯನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಮುಖ್ಯೋಪಾಧ್ಯಾಯರು ನೀಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
Good evening, all. Distinguished guest, Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh Madam, respected Principal, Professor Y. Shrikant Sir, Convener, Co-Convener of this annual day, Mr. Shiv Kumar, Mrs. Haisa Sultana, all the teaching and non-teaching staff of RIE and DMS, dear parents and my dear students. As you all know, after the gap of 2 years, we are celebrating this school annual day. You all know about the reason why we could not celebrate annual day for the past 2 or 3 years, I think. The corona pandemic made us to face so many challenges. We all together, unitedly, faced the challenges and tried to overcome of that problem. Today, before you, I'm standing to present the school report, the performance and the activities what conducted in the school during the year 2022 and 23. It's my pleasure to present the school report at this occasion before you all. Before getting into the details of the report, please do let me allow sharing the structure and functions of these prestigious institutions. You all know that Demonstration School is one of the esteemed institutions in this historical city of Mysuru. DMS being a laboratory school of NCRT for RIM, the school has been the flag bearer in the educational sector for schools in this city. DM School across India act as a catalyst for the change of curriculum or syllabus. The school is the first CBSE affiliated school in the entire city of Mysuru. Our school proudly boasts all infrastructure like playgrounds, a good library which is having more than 34,000 books, periodicals and other journals. The school is having digital interactive boards in the classrooms and well-equipped science and humanity labs. And also, the school is having woodwork workshop for giving the knowledge about woodwork. 2019 and 21, years that was unforgettable. Everything came to a standstill, including education and educational activities due to the pandemic. The world started to come into its normalcy from the mid of 2021. Hence, the educational scenario came to square one by resuming all its earlier activities. The school conducted many activities related to scholastic and co-scholastic areas. I would like to share some of them. As you all aware, the government of India started to celebrate AKAM, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, across the country. In memory of that, the school conducted many activities in the school from the class 1 to class 12th. The year-long activities and programs were conducted in order to instill patriotism, recall the sacrifice of the unsung heroes of the nation, and recall into the memory of every individual the struggle and sacrifice of the great leaders. Students from all over the classes enthusiastically participated in the activities organized by the school. It was little overwhelming to see the students that they were able to research on the activities and topics that were assigned to them. Children from your active participation, the activities been conducted successfully. Let the same spirit be continued in the days ahead of you. A special thanks to the convener, co-convener, and the members of the cultural committee for their wonderful contribution for successfully organizing the activities in the school. In the month of November, a science exhibition was conducted by the science club of the school for classes 6 to 12th. Students actively participated in this exhibition by displaying their working models in science. It was a moment for the students to move from their theoretical part to the practical or hands-on experience for the students. It was a happy moment for the students, were self-motivated and motivated by the teachers too. Similar activities been conducted for classes 1 to 5th to boost the scientific temper in the primary kids. Post COVID-19, where everything turned into normalcy, it was decided to conduct school elections for the current academic year 2022-23. As a part of this election, class representatives were elected by the students through voting. All the elected class representatives voted to elect a head boy and head girl. Students were given a real-time election procedure feeling. The responsibility to conduct the smooth election was taken up by the Social Science Club, for which they did it successfully. I thank all the members and conveners of the Social Science Club for conducting this election and making the students to aware about what is parliamentary representative government. It was a proud moment for the school that Mrs. Harini, TGT Maths, have coordinated for International Collaborative Learning Program by METC, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Israeli Ministry of Education between the two schools, Ohel Shalom, Israel, and Demonstration School, Mysore, for the academic year 2022 and 23. Additionally, she worked as a coordinator for the International School Collaboration Program with IFLS, South Korea, and Demonstration School, Mysuru. A same kind of program was coordinated by Mrs. Lily Pushpika Bara for class 10th, where 40 students participated in 2020 and 22. Additionally, another South Korea student exchange program was initiated for class 11th for 2022-23 academic year, which is assisted by Mr. James K. TGT English. I congratulate and thank for accepting the coordinatorship and completing this task successfully and making our students to have a kind of experience with the students of Israel and South Korea. Both the programs acted as cultural and academic exchange programs. These two programs gave the students ample exposure to learn about the culture and traditional differences of two countries with India. At the end of the program, students expressed that they were benefited from such exchange programs as they interacted with students of other nations, which helped them to understand the reality. Many national days are celebrated in the school with the students and teachers' participation, and also special days like Hindi Day and Kannada Rajyotsava celebrated in the school to make the students to understand the importance of the languages. On November 26, 2022, a prestigious day in the history of India, where it is observed as National Constitution Day. This day is observed as a special event in the school by organizing the event and inviting an advocate from High Court of Karnataka, Mrs. Sahana Gopal. This event can be termed as proud event for the DMS since the alumnus of this institute has invited as the chief guest. On this day, students were made aware of the importance of the Constitution and the role it plays in one's life. This event was successfully conducted by the Social Science Club. For this, I congratulate and also thank to convener, co-convener, and members of Social Science Club. Annual Athletic Meet 2022, an event that has its own importance in the history of DMS was conducted on December 8th and 9th, 2022. After a gap of 2 years because of corona concerns, students actively participated in all the events and made their presence felt in most of the events that they participated. Students were given a break from their regular academics to focus on this 2-day eventful program, which was successfully conducted on 9th December. A special thanks to sports committee members, conveners for holding this athletic meet successfully and in a grand way celebrating in the school. A special mention of the club activities is highly needed here. This year, we have taken up the initiative in the name club activities in order to give the practical experience of that is being taught in various subjects and to develop the skills that are required in the languages. The major focus of the club activities is learning by doing. These club activities are being conducted on the last 2 hours of every Saturday. Any student of this school shall not lack their skills when compared or completed with their counterparts in other schools in and around the city. The school started a special lecture series for senior secondary students in which guest speaker will deliver a lecture on the topic given by the students. For this, a special thanks to the convener and members of the academic committee for making sure effective functioning of the club activities during the time allotted against them. National Population Education Project was conducted by NCERT every year in New Delhi. 2 teams from our school participated in that and won first prize in folk dance and second prize in role play. I congratulate to the students and also the teachers who supported and who mentored them for reaching that laurel. 49th Rashtriya Bal Vaigyanik Pradarshan 2022 was held in Guwahati, Assam. Kumari Sucheta Roy of class 8th participated and our project on recycling of wastewater from RO purifier using solar energy was appreciated by the experts. I congratulate Sucheta Roy for being selected and participated in that Vaigyanik Pradarshan program. The above quote has got a volume of meaning in it. Students are bound to know how to spend the time that is at their discretion. I'm happy to learn that a few of the students utilize their time in the most appreciated way. A special mention of Master Arun Adavan of class 9th was able to get certified by the Stanford on the successful completion of the course Introduction to Statistics and another by Google, a crash course on Python. One is able to secure these certifications if they are successful in getting 93%. I'm happy to announce that Arun was able to score 96% in both courses. I congratulate Master Arun for his achievement. In spite of second wave of COVID, the school was shortly opened and students were not discouraged to be away from this event. The courage shown by the students can be exemplified in the days to come. Because of the lockdown, the children being away from the school and the school activities, a tinge of zeal was shown by the students and teachers to participate in various academic and non-academic activities. In this regard, I am proud to say that there was 100% pass in class 12th, humanities and science streams. In humanities stream, there were 15 students were awarded distinctions and 13 students scored first class. In science stream, 7 students scored distinctions and 13 students got first class. Class 10th at 98.5% and 16 students scored distinctions and 23 students scored first class. I am proud that in spite of so many hardship due to pandemic, all the students scored well, and special thanks to all the teachers for achieving this wonderful success. In all-round development of students, sports play a vital role and our school students are given ample opportunities to showcase their talents and skills. In this context, I am proud to announce that our school, as usual, shined brightly in the Dhan Chand Arcade Tournament, which is conducted every year. And our school has been defending champion for the past 15 years. Our school won the following events: primary section, first place by both boys and girls; high school section, first place by both boys and girls. Congratulations to the team and congratulations to the physical education teachers. Preetham of 9th B won the first position in individual karate organized by Mysore Karate Organization as part of Mysore Festival Cup 22. KP Sushant Raj of 7th A won first place in national level karate championship, and Daivik S of 8th B won second place in state level open karate championship 2022. Tejas D of 8th B won third place in Karnataka State Ushu Championship 2022. Bhuvan S of 7th A participated in the state level dance competition. I congratulate all the students who have brought laurels to the schools by participating and winning the competitions. I wish them all the best and to achieve great heights in their career. And also, I must take this opportunity to congratulate Mrs. Anita Ravindra for getting awarded PhD in Education from Mysore University, and Mr. Balaji Baburao, TGT Maths, for actively presenting research papers in various forums. This is the short report of the schools, what activities conducted during the year 2022 and 23 in the school. I sincerely express my thanks to all the staff, teaching and non-teaching, principal sir, dean sir, and all the faculty members who are associated with the DMS for supporting and cooperating and assisting to bring the school to achieve its goal. With this, I conclude my report. Thank you.
ಇಡೀ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯಿತು ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಮುಖ್ಯೋಪಾಧ್ಯಾಯರವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಮೇಡಮ್, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಲಿಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹುಮಾನ ವಿತರಣೆ ಅಂತಿದೆ. ಇದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದಂತಹ ಬಹುಮಾನ. ನಾವು ಇಂಟ್ರಾಮುರಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೂ ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹುಮಾನ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹುಮಾನ ವಿತರಣೆಯೇ ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು NCCಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ತುಂಬ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಈಗ ಬಹುಮಾನವನ್ನು ಕೊಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಬಹುಮಾನವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾರು ಎಕ್ಸಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಕರೆದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಹುಮಾನವನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿ. 10th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ ವರ್ಷ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಿದವರ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ನಾನೀಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಇದು ಬೇರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಯಾಗಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಮುಂದಿನ ವರ್ಷ ಇಂತಹ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹುಮಾನವನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಬೇಕು, ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸೋಣ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಸಾಧ್ಯವಾದದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಳೆದ ವರ್ಷ 10ನೇ ತರಗತಿನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂತಹ ಅನನ್ಯ ವಿ, ನಿಖಿತಾ ನಟಾನಿಯಾ, ಹಸನ್ MS ನಾಯಕ್, ಪೂರ್ವ KS, ಕೆವಿನ್ ಜೋಸೆಫ್, ಗಗನ್ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್. ಇದುವರೆಗೆ ಬಹುಮಾನವನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಿದಂಥವರು ಕಳೆದ ವರ್ಷ 10ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನು ಶಾಲಾ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಈಗ 12ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯ ಮಾನವಿಕ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಿದಂತಹ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕರಿತೇನೆ. ದಯಮಾಡಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಬಂದು ಬಹುಮಾನವನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಬೇಕು. ಮಾನವಿಕ ವಿಭಾಗ ಅಂದರೆ ಹ್ಯುಮ್ಯಾನಿಟೀಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಇಂಚರ ಆರ್. ಜಿ ಚರಿತಾ. ಗೌರಿ ಎಸ್ ಪ್ರಸಾದ್. ವೀಣಾ ಕೆಎಸ್. ವೀಣಾ ಕೆಎಸ್. ಈ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಹ್ಯುಮ್ಯಾನಿಟೀಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಿದರೆ ಹೋದ ವರ್ಷ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಿನ್ ಮಾರ್ಟಿನ್, BH ಶೀತಲ್, ಓದಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧಿಸಬಹುದು ಎನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಬೆಳೆಯುವ ಸಿರಿ ಮೊಳಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಈ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಅವರು ಕಲ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೋದ್ರೆ ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧಿಸ್ಬೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಸಂತೋಷಕರವಾದಂತಹ ವಿಚಾರ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾರ್ಡನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಂಥವರು ಕಿಶನ್ ಆರ್. NCCಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕೆಡೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದಂಥವರು ಬಾಯ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅರುಣ್ ಅಧೇನ್, ಗರ್ಲ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಘಾ DS, ಮೇಘಾ DS. ಮೇಡಮ್, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಥರದ ಬಹುಮಾನ. ಆದರೆ ಈ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಓದುವಂತಹ ಆ ಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಬ್ಬಿಣದ ಕಡಲೆ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು 60-70 ಏನೋ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡೋದು, ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷು 35 ಬಂದರೆ ಸಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಈಗಿನ ಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂಚೂರು ಟಫ್. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು 90 ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಟಫ್. ಅಂತಹ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ ಬರಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನಿತಾ ರವೀಂದ್ರ ಮೇಡಮ್ರವರು ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 5-6 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವರ ತಂದೆ ಲೇಟ್ ಜಿ ರಾಜಶೇಖರ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ತಾಯಿ ಲೇಟ್ ಸಿ ಕಮಲಾರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಅವರ ನೆನಪಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಯಾರು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವರು ಬಹುಮಾನವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 2020-21ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡವರು ರಿತು ಚಿಟ್ಟಿ. ಇಂಚರ ಆರ್ 21-22ನೇ ಸಾಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡವಳು ಇಂಚರ. ಈ ರಿತು ಚಿಟ್ಟಿ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಚರ ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ BA B.Ed ಕೋರ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಅವರ ಆ ವಿದ್ವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಗ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರೇ ಆಗೋದು. ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಾಗ್ಬೋದು. ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಅವರ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಮೇಡಮ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಈಗ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳ ಭಾಷಣ. ಬಂಧುಗಳೇ, ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾಗಿ CFTRIನ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀದೇವಿ ಅನ್ನಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ರವರು ಈಗ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Professor Y. Shrikant, Principal of RIE Mysuru, Dr. Hanumantaya, Headmaster, Demonstration School, Shri M. Shivakumar, Convener, Srimati Aisha Sultana, Co-Convener, all the faculty, parents, friends of the students, my dear students of Demonstration School, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very good evening to all of you. Today I stand before you with mixed emotions because although it may seem a very long time, for me it feels like yesterday when I was sitting on the other side and waiting for the chief guest to stop talking and the cultural programs to start beginning. Unfortunately, you'll have to bear with me for 5 to 10 minutes because I'm having a very emotional moment at this time since I am a student of this very school, which has molded my personality, and I am ever grateful to all my teachers, all the non-teaching staff, everybody, even my classmates, my juniors, my seniors, all of them molded our character and made us what we are today, and I'm ever grateful for that. When I came today to the school, every spot I saw brought back memories. It was as if the years had melted and I had gone back to yesterday. I saw a tree and I said, okay, I used to sit over here and have my lunch. Somewhere where today the basketball court is, there used to be a coco court and I used to fall there very often. We used to play tennis in one spot, the college canteen, everything, the biology lab, the chemistry lab, all of that brought back a lot of memories, and it was as if I am reliving my childhood again. So I thank the organizers for their very kind invitation today. Thank you. So I joined DMS in, I'm sorry, I keep saying DMS. Today it's called Demonstration School. But I joined in my 7th standard. And the reason was because my brother used to study here. We were both students of Nirmala School. But in 7th, it ended for the boys. And so he shifted to Demonstration School. And he would come home with such happy stories about how he never had homework and how he participated in debate competitions and how much of sports he was involved in and so on. There was NCC. And I literally went on a fast at home and I said, I'm not going to study in Nirmala. I want to go to Demonstration School. So that is when I had to write an entrance examination. And fortunately, I was able to clear it. And in the 7th standard, I came over here. The one thing about Demonstration School was there was no rigidity about the curriculum. We could ask as many questions. The teachers never gave us notes, so we could let our imagination run wild. We could write the wildest answers and still get marks for it. Most of the time there were competitions. It could be inter-school, it could be intra-school intramural competitions. It was in all kinds of arts and skills and sports. So when I see the children over here, I'm seeing somebody could become in 20 years time a successful lawyer, a wonderful actor, maybe an artist, maybe a sports person, maybe a politician, maybe a scientist. So it is such a wonderful world because of all these talents, and we are able to make this world much more skillful and much more culturally aesthetic because of the various talents that are there in each one of us. And probably the school is the one place which gives us that ability to recognize what we are good at. And that is the reason also why we study so many languages. But even at that time, and probably even today, demonstration school is the one school where everything is encouraged. As we just saw, so many prizes were distributed, the wonderful children who received them. And probably the school report also was read out, where we saw the various talents of many of the teachers as well as the students. And this encourages them to take up their future course of life. So there was also a time when, I think even today it continues, when 2 months only the trainee teachers teach us. And that was fun time for the school children, because we knew they would be nervous. Their teachers would be sitting at the back and observing the way they were teaching, and we could rag them like anything. So I also remember that the teachers were extremely friendly and understanding. We used to have a lot of science exhibitions even in those days, and some of the experiments that were given to us were so innovative that it was fun to learn science. I still remember my attempts at trying to use a spirit lamp and do tissue culture experiments, but ending up with only not a callus, but some kind of microbial contamination. But my biology teacher was ever encouraging and saying, never mind, next time you will get it, and I'll give you a dinner anywhere in the world if you are able to get a callus of plant tissue. Probably these were the triggers which made us take up whichever a profession we wanted to. For me, it was biology, and we continued to excel even in our undergraduation, and that made us get better positions and better job opportunities. Nevertheless, DMS is the place which I should go, at least that our teachers thought to be us to be having a lot of common sense and be grounded. Never be arrogant, because our teachers were the role examples of that. Sometimes I remember in my Hindi class, for example, it used to be always after the lunch hour, and we used to be so bored and sleepy and tired. But our Hindi teacher would set many of the poems to popular Hindi music and songs, and even today I remember some of the lines that were taught to us because we were made to sing them. So our teachers found very, very innovative ways of how to keep us very interested in the classes. And probably that is the way school should be, because we spend our formative years over here up to the age of 16 or 17 if we are going up to class 12. And the foundation is laid. So if we are having an overall personality, we become very normal and balanced people, and therefore we are an asset to the country. So I just recollect 4 lines of Ralph Waldo Emerson, a very famous English poet, but this was taught in DMS. And they have followed the example of teaching, which made me recollect this poem. It's about a mountain and a squirrel who have a quarrel. So it goes like this: the mountain and the squirrel had a quarrel, and the former called the latter little prig. So the poem goes on, but the last 4 lines read like this: talents differ, all is well and wisely put. And the squirrel says to the mountain, if I cannot carry forests on my back, neither can you crack a nut. So each being on this earth has its place, and if we do our job well, then probably the world will be a wonderful place. And that is what at least demonstration school taught me, that we have to actually appreciate everybody's skills. So in the inter-school competitions, we had music, we had debating, we had so many literary competitions, essay writing, all of that. Different students excelled in different, with different talents. Sports competitions, we used to have all the schools from various corners of Mysore who came and competed. And the joy we shared, we made friends, we learned from them, we understood how various people live at the same time under the uniform of the school, which showed that we were all equal in the eyes. And also, many of us often wanted to compete to go into engineering or medicine. And when we were a little disappointed, we would come back to the school and cry to our teachers that I was unsuccessful. One of my teachers told me this: if you cannot marry the girl you love, then learn to love the girl you marry. And that is what, again, a very valuable lesson for all the youngsters who are here, that we should have passion and interest in whatever we are doing, and definitely excellence will follow. Now, the recent pandemic, everybody knows the turmoil that we have gone through and the importance of immunity. I am a food scientist, and I would like to reiterate that diet and disease have a very, very important role to play. So if your diet is good and balanced as per your needs, your body will be having higher immunity and you can fight any disease. So it is very, very important, apart from diet, to also have physical activity, because it helps the muscles to grow and it improves cognition. So children especially have better attention. And definitely physical activity releases happiness hormones, what we call, and helps us to relax. So I would urge all the parents present here today, please make sure that your children are physically active and take part in sports. It is possible to do your PhD at the age of 60, but you cannot grow beyond the age of 16. So unless they are physically active in sports and other activities, it is not possible for them to grow tall or have good muscle strength. In my childhood, it was rare to find people with diabetes, but today it has become very, very common. 1 in 4 is diabetic. India is the global leader of cardiovascular disease. Very young children are becoming diabetic. At the age of 20, 30, people are having heart attacks. There are a large number of cancer patients in our country. In fact, we lose around 4% of our GDP, which is around 3.4 trillion US dollars. We lose 4% of that because of non-communicable diseases. While somebody has an accident on the road, it is reported in the newspapers. But 60% of the death, 60% of death is because of non-communicable diseases. It could be diabetes, it could be cardiovascular disease, it could be cancer, it could be arthritis, and so on. So definitely we need to pay attention to our health and the food that we eat. Of course, today pollution, stress, bad habits, all of this also play a great role. Now, to the children, please do take care of your diet. Today, what you eat will define what you are at the age of 40. Already, your mother's health has determined how healthy you are going to be after the age of 40. So, if you take care of your diet today, the chances are that the onset of many diseases will be postponed to a much later age. I would like to tell you a story here. I'm sure all of you are sufficiently bored with all the statistics I've told. But let me tell you a story. This is a childhood story that was told to all of us. Everybody is familiar. But I would like to repeat it and continue this story, because this is what school teaches us also. This is about the tortoise and the hare. I think all of us have heard about this rabbit and tortoise having a race. right? So they both decided to have a race, and the rabbit was very confident that it would win the race because it was fast and it was very sure that it can outrun the tortoise. Now, what happened? It was so arrogant that it slept under a tree thinking that it can always catch up nearer to the finish line. But the tortoise very slowly but surely walked and walked very slowly, and finally it was able to win the race. And ultimately the moral of the story that would be told to all children was that slow and steady wins the race. Now I continue to the next part. The rabbit was an intelligent creature. So it sat down and thought, what made me lose the race? Then it decided and it understood that it was because it became arrogant and was overconfident and sat and took rest. So it should not take rest. And that was the reason why it lost the race. So it goes back to the tortoise and says, let's have another race. Now the tortoise was quite sure that it had found the formula for winning. So it said, okay. Now both of them race. This time the rabbit does not stop anywhere and goes very fast and wins the race. Now the moral of that is, stop not till your goal is reached. Let's continue the story. Now the tortoise starts thinking, how come I lost the race this time? And then it decides, okay, let me again ask the rabbit to have another race. And goes to the rabbit and says, let's have another race. Now the rabbit is again very sure that it has found the formula of winning and says, okay. But this time the tortoise chooses the path, and one of the hurdles is that it has to cross the river. Now we all know that the tortoise can swim and it is able to cross, but the rabbit is scared that it will drown and could not cross. So again, the tortoise won the race. The moral of this story is that, what is the moral? I'll tell you, it is focus on your talents and on the skills that you have so that you can win the race. Now by this time, they had interacted so much that both the hare and the tortoise became great friends. And all the other animals started laughing at them. What sort of a pair are you? One of you is slow, the other one is very fast, one of you is able to, be very intelligent, the other one doesn't look so intelligent but is still, does a lot of hard work. So now both of them together asked the other animals, let's have a race. Right? So, when the race starts, what happens? If there is a hurdle like a river, the tortoise carries the rabbit on its back. And whenever there is speed becomes the essence, the rabbit carries the tortoise on its back, and together they win the race. So teamwork always wins. And this is what the school teaches us. It is not just academic excellence. Let me tell you, when I was in demonstration school, I did not win too many prizes. I used to wish I could come on the stage and take the prize from the hands of the chief guest. But if we continue to do what we know best, it doesn't matter. We will get places and people will start noticing us. So, again, I would like to thank the school faculty as well as the organizers for their kind invitation. I give my greetings. Let Demonstration School have many, many more such annual functions, and the school go from strength to strength and prepare children as all-round personalities who will be contributing more and more towards the development of our country as well as the world. On a personal level, I do know a lot of alumni who have very important positions all over the world. You name any corner of the world, they are there and they are doing extremely well in their fields. So my request to the school authorities also is, can you please start an alumni page on your website? so that people like me will contribute our stories, our, our pictures, maybe our recollections, and just exchange. Maybe we even find our lost friends who were there with us in school and we don't know where they are today. It would become a very common forum for all of us, and I'm sure the children also will be motivated to know that this school has produced a number of leaders far, far superior to my achievements. Although you all were very kind in reading out a lot of things, I do attribute it because there are a lot of people who stand one on top of each other. I just happen to stand on top of their shoulders, that's all. But that is what the school has taught us. But by doing this, I feel that we can connect much better. So I wish you all the very best and thank you for a very patient hearing. Thank you.
ಬಂಧುಗಳೇ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಮಾತಿದೆ, ಸಜ್ಜನರ ಸಂಘ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆನು ಸವಿದಂತೆ ಅಂತ. ಅಂತಹ ಸಜ್ಜನಿಕೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಮಾತನ್ನು ನೀವು ಗಮನಿಸಿದ್ರ, ಅವರು ಅವರ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಆ ಅವಧಿಯನ್ನು ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪೋಷಕರಿಗೆ ಕಿವಿ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಅವರ ಮಾತುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸವಿಸ್ತಾರವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಅವರ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ನಾವುಗಳು ಬಹುಶಃ ತುಂಬ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ರೂಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಪೋಷಕರು ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಆಲಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೇರ್ದೇನೆ, ಹೊರೆಯಾಗದೇನೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಅವರು ಮುಂದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಪಾಲಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನನ್ನ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ. ಈಗ ಮುಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿರುವಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದಂತಹ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ವೈ ಶ್ರೀಕಾಂತ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹಿತವಚನಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಈ ಮೂಲಕ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದಂತಹ ವೈ ಶ್ರೀಕಾಂತ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Respected Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh, Dr. Hanmantaya, Mr. Shivkumar, Ms. Ayesha Sultana, the teachers, parents and the students. ಆವಾಗಲೇ ಹೆಡ್ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ತುಂಬ ಡೀಟೇಲಾಗಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಮೇಡಮ್ಮು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ತಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಇವಾಗಿರೋ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಮತ್ತು ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತಲೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳೋದು ಒಂದೇ ವಿಷಯ. ಇವಾಗ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀದೇವಿ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅವರು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ CFTRI ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರ ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ತುಂಬ ಡೆಡಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇದೆ, ಫೋಕಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಿರಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಇದ್ದರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಟೆಲ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್. ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಶೇಲ್ಕರ್, Dr. Mashelkar, who was head of the CSIR institutions. CSIR institutions are located all over the country, and he was Director General of CSIR. So he said one thing which I'm always reminded of. He was taken by the school teacher to some place along with other students on an excursion, and very interestingly, those days they did not have very advanced scientific equipment. He took a magnifying glass and focused it on a paper. And after some time, you would realize that when there is a focus, paper gets burnt. So he showed through his demonstration to the students that if you can focus, you can burn anything. It has two meanings. The literal meaning is burning the paper, which is a physical phenomena. And the other thing is that if you have focus, you can achieve anything. And today, the chief guest that we have, that is Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh, has focused in her subject area and has reached the zenith. She has become the director, which is the highest for any person in her area to achieve. So this is an example of how we can focus and achieve. And when it comes to achievement, she also remembered various things related to the school, her own friends, the place she wandered and all that. So this is also very critical. It is not only achievement. Achievement is for intellectual development. When you achieve something, your brain gets activated and also, it wants to do more of it. That is one aspect in life. There are other aspects in life which are equally important and which the school can nurture. So you should have kindness. If you have kindness as a human being, then you will also be an achiever. This is not an achievement, an intellectual achievement. This is an achievement that you will realize in long time to come. So being kind is very important, and that gives a kind of satisfaction which not many things in our life give. So let us try to be kind, and that comes through kind-heartedness. And at the same time, it's also very important for us to have peace of mind. For our soul, we need some peace of mind. If you ask those people who have achieved the highest levels, they will certainly say that what they aspire is peace of mind, whether at home or at office or anywhere else. So, it is not only our achievement, it is kindness and it is peace of mind that we require. And all those qualities are to be nurtured in the schools. I think DM School, by having kind teachers who gelled with students and also gave them ample opportunities, provided a right environment for souls which still wander around the school even though they have achieved immensely. And this is what is important and critical. Thank you very much. I do not like to take much time. I look forward for a long and fruitful journey of this school and achieve many laurels and have many people like Dr. Sridevi Singh. Thank you.
ಮನುಷ್ಯರಾದಂತಹ ನಾವುಗಳು ಮಾನವೀಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಂದ ನೋಡಿ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅಥವಾ ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಮಾನವೀಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಅವುಗಳ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಅವುಗಳಿಂದ ನಾವು ಪಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾದದ್ದು ಏನು, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಾಗಲಿ ಪೋಷಕರಾಗಲಿ. ಸೊ ಇವುಗಳಿಂದ ನಾವು ಏನೇನು ಸಾಧಿಸ್ಬೋದು, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಕ್ರೋಢೀಕರಿಸಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಮಾತುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಷಣದ ಮೂಲಕ ಹೇಳಿದಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Now I would request our principal, Professor Y. Srikanth, to present a memento towards the remembrance and ma'am's visit to our school. I know ma'am is carrying back lot of memories and it's an emotional moment for her, but still we would like to felicitate ma'am with a small token.
ಸನ್ಮಾನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಸನ್ಮಾನವನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಿದಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಇಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ವಂದನಾರ್ಪಣೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮುಗಿತು, ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಡಿಯಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಹೆಂಗೆ ವಂದನಾರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ವಂದನಾರ್ಪಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಸೋಣ. ಮುಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮುಂದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವಂದನಾರ್ಪಣೆ ಮುಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ವಂದನಾರ್ಪಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಆಯಿಷಾ ಸುಲ್ತಾನರವರನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
Good evening to one and all. Esteemed dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, invited guests, colleagues, super senior colleagues, some of them I could see, students and friends from the press. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to propose a vote of thanks formally. First and the foremost, I'd like to bow down to the Almighty for inspiring and guiding all of us. We are honored to have Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh, Director CSIR, CFTRIE, Mysuru. Okay. As the chief guest for the annual day celebration of Demonstration School, RIE, Mysuru. We are glad to listen to the thoughtful insights and school days experiences shared by Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh, Director CSIRI, CFTRI. We are thankful to you, ma'am. Thankful to you, ma'am. A scientist of her repute coming to the level of school children is indeed very appreciative. Ma'am, you have made our annual day celebration a memorable event by your sheer presence and by sharing your school days experiences as a student at DMS RIE Mysuru. You also have aptly said that diet plays a major role in the overall development of the children. I think all the parents have taken a note of it. Thank you once again, ma'am. Thank you once again. I also take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Principal, Professor Y. Srikanth, under his able guidance that we have undertaken this annual day celebration at DMS RIE Mysuru. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again. Now I wish to thank our Honorable Dean, Professor Venkatesh Murthy, sir, RIE Mysuru, who has always been a guiding force. Thank you, sir. I thank our Honorable Headmaster, Dr. Hanmantaya, under whose able guidance and cooperation we have undertaken this annual day celebration. Thank you, sir. I thank in charge primary, Mrs. Sushilamma Madam, for her continuous support in organizing this annual day celebration. I also thank the heads of all the departments, professors, members of different committees of DMS RIE Mysuru, who have worked tirelessly for organizing this event and making it a grand success. I am thankful to the members of the press who are here with this evening to keep up a record of the proceedings. I thank the technicians from the audiovisual section for the seamless management of today's proceedings. I am thankful to all the teaching and non-teaching staff for their kind and cooperation and tireless work they have been doing behind the scene. And thank student community who are here in large numbers for today's annual day celebration and the participation. And finally, the participants. Once again, thank you all. Thank you.
ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಗಣ್ಯರನ್ನು ಹಾಗೂ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ವಂದಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಆಯಿಷಾ ಸುಲ್ತಾನರವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಈಗ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಯಮಾಡಿ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಗಣ್ಯರು ಮುಂದಿನ ಆಸನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಈ ಮೂಲಕ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನಡೆಯುವಂತಹ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಆಗುವಾಗ ನಾವು ಫೋಟೋ ತಗೊಳ್ಳದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ತದಾ? ಅದೊಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಮೆಮೊರೇಬಲ್ ಆದಂತಹ ಆ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹಾಗೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಆದ ನನಗೆ ಆ ಆಸೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಆಸೆ ನಿಮಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಸೆನ ನಾವು ಈಡೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದು ನೀವು ಫೋಟೋ ತೆಗಿತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇರೋವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬೇಡ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫೋಟೋ ತಗೋತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ತುಂಬ ಮುಂದುವರೆದಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಆದಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ನಾಳೆ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. DMS ಅಂತ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ DMS ಮೈಸೂರು ಅಂತ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತವೆ. ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಆ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫರ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿನೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು